Video. All right, so another busy day, Tcgplayer. Whew, well, how's everyone doing, man? Like just another busy day. A lot of cards, a lot of great cards that sold. So, nevertheless, we're gonna talk about reprints today. So, is it too many? Is it good? Is it bad? I know Watsy has been printing a lot of the great cards, and there's just like I would say too many variants, and I would like to like break it down. What are like the positives? What are the negatives on having, I guess, too much of reprints, too many variants? But we'll focus on like the actual reprints as well, because there's like how many Force of Wills now, how many vampiric shooters, how many mana crypts, how many, like it's just so many. And for the most part, they're like the big cards, the playable cards in Commander. So I'd like to start with the positives on the reprints. So the first thing is the accessibility of the cards. So it'll be it's gonna have more copies in the market. A lot of the players that needs cards will have more more choices, and it's good. Choices is like better for specifically for players. If they want a specific art or specific like great value card or specific art, like things like that. So choices, is great for players. So I think the accessibility is a one big positive um, in in like all the reprints. Even if it's just like a basic, I don't know, like Soul Ring, Arcane Signet. There's so many command towers now. So accessibility is one big positive. And then the next positive would be the price. The price, because it's gonna be cheaper, more supply in the market, more copies in the market. It's gonna be flooded. So the price will would really depend on if it's um, if it's a really playable card, or is the art good. Like the demonic tutors, right? You have like plenty of demonic tutor reprints. So the price will really depend, but in general, the price will be like it really depends on the demand for the card, and also the price will be like really lower. Like look at Tarmogoyf, it's like $15-$20. I don't think it's like a $20 card anymore. So I think the price will that's the one big positive, because it's gonna be more accessible for players if they want a certain copy of, I don't know, like I said, demonic shooter. There's like so many, and if you need one, you can buy like the cheapest one, vampiric shooter, or what's the other one, Horizon Canopy. Like I remember Horizon Canopy was like I think it was like $70 for the future site, and now it's like $10-$20. So that's the one big positive. If you're trying to build a deck, or you need a deck for your commander, the price is really really attractive, and you can really build just about any deck right now. So that's another positive for the reprints. Let's see. MF Doom, what is up, man? Too many reprints is a huge problem, especially for LGS. So yeah, we'll get to the negatives. I'm trying to get all the positive first. So the next one would be it's very collectible, highly collectible if you're collecting, let's just say, all the vampiric shooters, all the Force of Wills that's like ever printed, right? All you want to collect all of those. I think plenty versions of what's that card from Five Rection, all will be one. Too many copies. It's positive, because if you want to collect all of the copies, it's there you go. Like I think that's one good thing. Let's go. Let me just join. Hope you're doing well. Oh yeah, you too, man. What is up, MTG Gaming Bob? What is up? What is up? So I think if there is like the positive, that's the only thing I can think of is like really just the accessibility. You know, because there's gonna be too many copies. The price will be like cheaper. It still depends on the demand for the card. There's because there's still have some. I mean, look at Force of Will. I mean, there's so many different copies now, but then again, it's still like 100 plus at least. You know, even the Dominaria remastered, the retro one, it's still like $100. It's crazy right now. So it's crazy, and then it's very collectible. You know, if you're really hardcore collectible. But yeah, so the negatives that I can think of in so many copies, so many reprints, is definitely the value itself. It's if you're trying to collect a lot of a lot of these cards, it's good because you know you can play. But as far as like the modern cards, um, it's besides if it's like a reservist card, um, there's really no value, you know, added later on unless it has like a huge demand for the card, you know. And the next negative for this one, like what I just was just reading over here, MTG Gaming Blog proxies make the game financially accessible. Mass reprints devastate the collectible investment market. Zero investor collector confidence. Yeah, so that's basically the huge negative for the reprints is like you know the fakes, man. You know, if there's too many copies and it's like flooded of different arts, different variants, you know those like people that fakes the card, you know they like if you're trying to buy a specific card, right? And not everyone has the knowledge of like you know trying to figure out if this card is a fake card. You know, like nowadays the modern cards are it's really hard, man. It's getting there, you know, like the proxies, it's really bad. So there's like the confusion for the brand new player that wants to get a forcible for their deck, like the cheapest forcible, and like the fakes, you know, that it's like out there right now. It's like getting it's getting better. So it's very dangerous, man. The constant devaluing of cards will drive Wasi to abolish the reserve list. Yeah, yeah, you're true that, man. Like it's you know, reserve list. I don't know. I've been saying about you know the reserve list. The only good thing about reserve list is it's the supply thing. You know, that's really it. And this is just my opinion. I know we've been talking about like the best investment is really reserveless, and it's true because the supply is there. You know, we already you know the supply they're never gonna get reprinted, but all reserveless is not equal. You know, it still depend on the demand for the card. If there's no demand for a certain, you know, let's just say Gaia's Cradle. I'm just giving an example, right? If there's no demand for Gaia's Cradle, it's not gonna be like seven, $800,000 card. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing that's like going for it is really just the supply. That is it. You know, like dual lands, supply. That is it. If there is no demand for it, you know, and there's a big argument about like does reserve list still even matter? Like really, like ask yourself. Like for me, I really think like what I just said, you know, like if there's no demand for these cards, what's the point? You know, they're just like reserve. It's like the list. You know, that's really it. The list. You know, that's that's just my opinion though. Uh, it's probably coming next, bro. There is no other truly logical way for Watsi to continue to raise prices and drive the manic purchasing habits Watsi is building the current business model on. Yeah, I mean Yeah, man. Watsi is just. I just posted a video about the price anchoring. So if you guys know the term price anchoring in the business, I've been just like, you know, absorbing a lot of content, man, like business wise, not necessarily like even just TCG, like price anchoring, which is like, if you're selling if you're selling, let's just say, I'll give you an example. Let's just say, like these three cards, right? So small, medium, large, right? Small, medium, large. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna put the first thing would be like the very expensive card. Let's say $1,000, right? $1,000, and then the next one, the small, the small would be, I don't know, like let's just say $500. So $1,000, and then $500, right? And then the middle would be like the odd one. So what's gonna happen is, so if this is 500 and if this is $1,000, if they put this in like 600, what's gonna happen? So basically, the more sale would be like for this one because it's like more than this. But if they put this middle price as like a 900, right? So you got 500, 900, and then 1,000. So guess what? This is gonna be like be get bought out because it's like, oh, for like $100 more, you can get like double the item. So price anchoring, I think that's what they're trying to do, is like they're trying to show off their most expensive item, Magic 30, right? $1,000. And now the rest of their stuff, the rest of their product would look cheaper because like in our heads, oh shit, like I can't buy $1,000. And now, I just look at TCG Player collector boxes of Dominaria Remastered. It's like 292, man. 292. It's not even out. It's it's crazy. And then the draft boosters, they're like 178. And a lot of people are thinking this is a master set. I don't think it's a master set though. I really don't think it's a master set. I know there's like a lot of great cards in it, and it's like 100% reprint. Um, I just don't think it's a master set. I know it's fun to open. I know there's plenty of great cards to open, but I mean, look at Force of Will. I just look at the price of the Force of Will, right? The foil retro Force of Will. I think last month it sold around 290, 300, and right now I think they're hovering around 240, 250. So it's not even out yet, and it dropped already on the price. And I still remember I sold a foil Force of Will full art extended, box top or whatever from Double Masters, the original. I sold it at the peak. At the peak. When I opened it, right? When I opened the product, I sold the Force of Will for $400. $400. It's it's ridiculous, man. But I don't think it's a master set. So let's see. MF Doom. Yeah, there's definitely some reservist cards that are not worth anything because of the demand, and there's a ton of them like Ice Age Homelands. Oh yeah, there's a ton of crap cards, man. Like reservist, no value. Like literally, the only thing that's going for them is really just the supply because we know that they're not gonna reprint it. But honestly, they're probably just gonna reprint like a better version of them. In short, Watsi is rapidly running out of reprint equity, coupled that with their failed venture and wasted capital in the digital space. They will not be able to resist printing reserve list cards soon. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I don't know if you guys can think of like any cards that they haven't reprinted, like like needed reprint. Uh, there's just so many Force of Will, so many Mana Crypts, so many Mox. What is that? Chrome Mox, Mox Opals. I mean, look at Snapcaster Mage. It's like it's like almost nothing. Liliana, the Veil, I agree. They're really just running out of of like great cards to reprint. So the whole reprint thing, there's positives and negatives, but if they're going like this route, I think it's maybe I guess it's good for players, but as far as like value wise, the whole investing thing, it's no good, man. It's no good. That's a fact, Bob. I think the Magic 30 was a test run. Yep. I did a video on the Magic 30 thing like 2 years ago. Something is going to give with DR. I'll have to check it out, Bob. Some of these cards get reprinted set after set. But Picture is a good case study for this. Yeah, yeah. Actually, I just listed my original Vampiric Shooter from Vision, right? I think they're, obviously not foil, nothing special, just a regular Vampiric Shooter from Visions. I think they're right around 50, $60, right? So it's if you need one, I have one in my inventory. Um, but then I think the very first reprint of Vampiric Shooter, I think there's one in sixth edition, I believe, and that's like long time ago, man. That's like sixth edition. Um, and I think after that, that was it. I think it was Eternal Masters. I think is it Eternal Masters, and then there's like Commander Legends, and then now Dominaria Remastered. I can. There's probably more, but I know there's like a lot of vampiric shooter already. But yeah, I mean the value is there. It's the playability is there. But yeah, there's just too much, man. There's I don't know what else they can. I think I think they're really going for what's like the hot cards right now, and what are like the most played specifically in like Commander. Um, like they just printed Imperial Seal, right? Everyone's like asking for Imperial Seal. Uh, so yeah, they're really going for what what are the players asking for, and man, Imperial Seal is like a one big reprint, man. Like, I mean, I still have my own copy of it's not English, but it's like a Japanese version from the OG days. Um, but yeah, I mean, look at the regular copy of of Imperial Seal. It's like what, less than 100. So it's ridiculous. I do really like the art for the Jester's Cap reprint, though. Yeah, there's certain arts that is like very unique. But the OG is very, I don't know. It's just very nostalgic for me. The OG Jester's Cap art. So yeah, some of the art, it'll get you, man. That's why it's like it's. I think if you really like the art, it's very collectible. So I just posted a post about, if the product is selling, if the product is selling, is there a problem with it? And I think in general, it there's no issue, there's no problem unless the depend on, let's just say, how much it's sold. So example, the Magic 30, right? Um, so it did sell, right? It sold like whatever 1,000 copies. But then again, the amount of copies printed versus the amount sold, it can, it's clearly like there's something wrong, that it's not really, they, the community did not like the product. It did sell, but you know, so there's like a balance for those type of issue. Let's see. Great conversation. No one is emotional. It's hard to find this these days. Yep. Gaming Bob. I am a player, collector, and investor. I can clearly see the current mentality from WotC only benefits The players, this is very short-sighted. Players don't spend as much as collectors, investors. And see, that's the thing with Watsi. I think they, you know, I hear it on in business is like they're very they tend to get short-sighted with the, you know, um the like short gains, like just, like they're not thinking of the long term. If they really want this game to last another 20, 30, 50, 100 years, which they should be thinking that, like the small gains, like get a little bit of money off from the community, or like let's do this, um and I think they should like really think on the long game. I don't think it's good to force this booster fund. you know it makes sense. Each product targets um different buyers, different consumers, but I think doing it so much is like really running like every bit of money that we have, man. It's no good, and we feel it. Like, I'm not buying as much as I did, like back then. I would do like mass box opening, just buy every set, buy every single set, and just have fun, open, play, collect, just get the cards, and yeah, I mean, it's crazy. As a whole, you're definitely on point, but they're also really only worried about shareholders. Oh man, um, what was I talking about like yesterday? Um, it's hard to say, man, because think about this. So Watsy, $1 billion company, man, $1 billion company. There's a lot of businessmen, a lot of great minds inside the business, unless they're just like nutcrack and doesn't know what they're doing. Um, they're a $1 billion company, man, and there has to be a reason why they're doing it. They see the graphs, they see the numbers, they see the people are buying, like certain things. Like they see the graph, right? They see the graph, and all I can say is I don't have a $1 billion company. I'm not Watsy. So for them to do all of this stuff, I mean, it has to make sense. So I'm just trying to like think positive of like, man, I mean, I know Watsy's not dumb unless they are, but I know, I mean, they own a $1 billion company unless they want to like just to destroy it. It has to make sense. They see something that we don't. I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy. I just collect what I like, and it would be awesome if some of the cards go up on price. Also, would suck if they are all worthless in the end. In essence, Watsy business practice over the last 3 years is like credit card spending. They are borrowing future equity to show bigger profits today. They are doing nothing to spur real growth. Yeah, exactly. Watsy needs to balance the situation way better. Oh man, it's I don't know, man. Like I said, I wish I wish we can see further more. I know they see the numbers, they see the graphs, they see, like they can see more further, like in the next 5 years this is what they're gonna do. But right as of right now, they're really honing on like this booster fund and commander thing. And I was gonna post a video about this, but i think I think EDH commander being the number one format right now. I think the future of LGS, and they're going for, they're selling secret layers, they're selling on Amazon. man, it's gonna be hard for LGSs, man, because you don't really need to go to LGS to play Commander. Like you really don't. And I don't know if there's a news that like Pro Tour or like big tournaments is like coming back, but man, it's gonna be hard for LGS to sustain because I mean I guess they're there to play Commander sometimes, but man, it's gonna be hard, man. It's gonna be hard for LGS or um yeah, I don't know. We'll see what's the future, man. May not be dumb, but the suits don't care about long term. Yeah, Chris Cox and Cynthia Williams are not planning to be there in 5 years. They will brag about raising revenue, but not caring that they spend all their reprint equity in 3 to 5 years that took the company 30 years to build up. Man, if that was man, if man, I hope you. Oh shit, man, that is crazy. If that was their plan, man, they just destroyed like what you said, man. The 30 years that they built up, you know, the all of us, wanting to collect, wanting to invest, wanting, you have that. Oh man, if I buy this product, this single, at least in the future, it will sustain its this value. But man, if they're just like just I don't know, man. That's crazy, bro. That is insane. If they did that 3 to 5 years, that is the worst thing to happen, man. Um. Oh shit, man. That is crazy. It's it's. I remember. I learned this from Charlie Munger. The solving problems in reverse. I don't know if you guys know Charlie Munger, and he talks about this, finding answers. You try to solve problems in reverse. And Watsy, let's just say how to destroy a company, right? So you ask yourself how to destroy a company. So if you find, the answer, you just trying to like reverse it, right? To solve the problem. So how to destroy a company? Well, reprint the reserve list. So they kind of did that, with the Magic 30. And they did that. So that's one thing you don't do, right? So you don't print the reserve list, but they did it, like just reprint everything, just make plenty of copies of everything, and it'll destroy the company. Guess what they're doing? They're doing that. So solve the problem. Don't do it. So I think if it's a good concept of Warren Buffett. I mean, not Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger. When you're if you're trying to find an answer and solve a problem, just reverse it. You know how to destroy Watsy. And you just make a list and then just invert it, and guess what? You'll find everything. They're doing everything to destroy the company. It's crazy. Oh man, it's ridiculous. Uh, LGS need to restructure their business model. I mean, I am not, as far as like the LGS, I'm strictly just, online. Um, unless things change, which it's gonna be a while. I'm sticking with just like online business. Southern Geeks, what is up? What is up? Late to the party. All good, homie. I absolutely agree about LGS. I talked with Kitchen Table about it last week on the round table. Kitchen Table. Oh yeah, I remember. Was that last week? Yeah, the round table with Kitchen Table. 2023 is gonna be the year that decides LGS fate. Oh man, hoping they can switch business models and continue. Oh man, it's crazy. I think I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen to a lot of LGSs, man. Definitely the big dogs will stay, but I don't know, like the small businesses. It's crazy. Yes, Kitchen Table has some good info as well. Yeah, that's the way to go. Anga. Oh yeah. So yeah, all these reprints, all these different. I know there's positives and negatives, but It's hard to tell what are what's the future in the next 3 to 5 years, because like that's how they think. So whether they just burn half of the supply, yeah, which I'm pretty sure they're not gonna do. So it's gonna be a rough years coming ahead, man. So I'm just sticking with what I know. Just stick to the process, commit to the process. With what's working, and hopefully some miracle happen. On like in the next coming sets. Oh man, 2023 is gonna be fun, bro. Gotta change with the times or get left behind. I predict there will be a times very bad times coming for MTG over the next 3 to 5 years. I hope Chris Cox and St. Williams move on and MTG can rebuild as a brand. We're going to need a miracle. Yeah, miracle, man. I think, in my opinion, I think this all started when when the whole commander thing and the whole booster fun thing. Um, I think that's when it all started. Like they just really went nuts, and that's what like 2019, right? That's 2019. That that's like 3 years ago, 3 4 years ago. So yeah, I think they saw the trajectory on where it's going, and like they saw the, okay, we're gonna need to reprint this. We're gonna need a lot of, we can get money off of this equity from like force of will and pig shooters, or this is the plan. We're gonna go set boosters, collector boosters. So, oh man, I think they really saw where it's going, and at this point, I don't know what they're seeing, but man, like from where we were, from I think it was like what, War of the Spark. That was the last booster box that's like no collectors, and until now, that's only 3 years, man. And who knows what's gonna happen in the next 3 to 5 years? I don't know, bro. It's just crazy. Yeah, I remembered. I remember the 2019 because that's when I hammered down on like buying commander cards, because I know that it's gonna be like a hot thing. It doesn't matter if it's like a reserve list or not, because like I said, you know, I don't think reserve lists really matter anymore, because for me it's just if there's a demand for the card, and that's all that matters. I mean, look at Mana Crypt. Mana Crypt is not a reserve list, but look how look how much is the Mana Crypt. Like especially the original Mana Crypt is like two, three, $400 for a mint card, and that's like a dual land, and no, not reserve list. It's really because the demand for the card. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy, man. I think that was the shift. You know, with all the craziness, with the reprints, and that's they s- they saw that we're gonna go crazy on these reprints. It's like, oh, Eternal Master, Force of Will, oh, like Vampiric Shooter, oh, Mana Crypt, oh. It's like they know that it's like this hot new thing with booster fun, that everyone's gonna just gamble and just buy all these cards, and they saw it coming, man. And I mean, we bought in because we were so excited that, oh man, if I open a Force of Will, and in the back of our heads like, oh shit, Force of Will, holy moly, Vampiric Tutor, holy moly, Sylvan Library. It's like the big cards, man. And yeah, I mean, they saw it. They saw it. They saw that. They saw a graph where people are buying. They saw the sales, and we bought in, man. We bought in. Like, and now they're just, I don't know. They I'm pretty sure they see a graph in the next 3 to 5 years where this is going, and they might cut the whole commander thing. We don't know. We don't know. But as of right now, in the last 3 years, it's all about just Commander. All Commander singles. Um, I think they're well. Hopefully they don't like just completely burn it to the ground because who who one who's one over here that remembers like a set that's not focused too much on Commander. Every standard set right now is like so focused on Commander. It's unlike before where it's like a set, a plane is just on its own. It you can enjoy the set on its own. It's not like just a lot of based of Commander. I mean, it's crazy. You know. Let's see. Watsy should stay far away from the sports card route. Oh man, sports card route, man. I mean, it's uh it's crazy. Sports card, it's a different world, man. Um and I really think, in my opinion, this is just me. I think we're going that direction just because Magic the Gathering is hands down the best card game ever created by mankind. So, in the next, hopefully, as long as they just follow Charlie Munger and just, they reverse salute, don't do this, don't do this. I think we're gonna go that route. All the old cards, all the classic cards. I think reserve list. When you talk about reserve list, you're only talking about like alpha, beta, unlimited, revised, just four horsemen. I think that's it. It cuts off there because those are like the original, highly, highly collectible, investable product. Because I mean, that's like back in the day, man. Graded cards of those, it's gonna be amazing. Let's see. With things like the Mythic Edition, War of the Spark, and Deluxe Edition Throne, pushing the price since yeah, yeah. No more Timmy, no more Timmy edition. I didn't buy any of those. I think for me they were like super expensive, man. I know a lot of people went nuts on like flipping those. I don't like I said, I don't like you know like those short gains. Yeah, you can make $100 to $500. I mean, yeah, it's good, if you hit the jackpot, but I don't know. I just don't like the short gains. Just slow and steady, man. This is a this is a marathon. You know, this is not a sprint. This is a marathon. So small gains, it's okay. As long as you see the trajectory is like moving up, you know, you're not like flat. As long as like this, you're fine, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. Commit to the process. Keep busy. Keep grinding. That's all that matters. And then as long as you stay in that range, you'll be perfect, man. Those spike thing, those like scratch off. Like buying boxes and just like hitting. Yeah, you can get lucky at times, but man, it's oh man, the risk of you getting to zero is so high. So I don't know, man. Let's see. I still can't believe they said some sets aren't for you. Only buy what you like. Yeah, complete cop out. Maybe Ixalan was the last that did not go heavy on commander vibes. Huh. Honestly, I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember when was like the last set that's like it doesn't feel like it's so commander heavy, man. It's like down to like the common cards. It's crazy. This is why I have been broadening the other TCGs to buy and open for stock, learning wise swords, starting with the cheap boxes to hedge bets with monthly income. Yeah. Um, I think I think as long as you stick with what you know, and before you jump in on just about any TCG, just I think you know watch a lot of videos, watch the market trends, watch what's hot, what's new, like. as long as you consume a lot of information first before you jump in, I think you'll be fine. I was really big on Pokemon. I think around 2020 when I saw. Oh shit! I remember this. Me and my kid, we went to the store and we bought a box, a booster box, of, was it like Vivid Voltage? I can't remember what box it is. It was like $100 or $90, right? And I'm like thinking, I was like, man, this is like so cheap. Pokemon. I remember saying this. That's like Pokemon is so cheap. It's so cheap. Like I think it was like not yeah Evolution Charizard is like $20. It was like on the display $20. So I bought one. I was like, oh, I remember this card. I didn't play any Pokemon, but I just remember it's $20. And then um, and then I just noted, if this is like the Black Lotus, if this is the Black Lotus of Pokemon, I know it's not like the first edition or Shadowless or anything. It's just like an evolution, right? $20, and I think there's like 8 copies. So I bought all of them. Evolutions, $20. So I had like 8 copies right away, $20, and then I bought evolution boxes for like 190. I think 90 or $100. So I bought boxes. You guys can see it on my videos. It's like, so I bought boxes of those, and then me and my kid opened one, and we opened like the Charizard as well. So in my head, I was like, man, Pokemon is so cheap. Pokemon is so cheap. I just kept buying Pokemon at the time, and then long behold, man, Pokemon blew up, man. Pokemon blew up out of nowhere. I think it was like the Logan Paul thing. Oh, I can't imagine. Oh man, it's I think I have like evolution boxes. I have Celestial Storm. I have Hidden Fates. Those top of the line ETBs. And oh man, it's crazy. And I sold out, man. I sold out. And that for me is like, just stick with what you know. And if you feel that the other TCGs is like, there's a big potential once you do your research, right? And you buy all this stuff, man, big returns, man. Man, I sold out. I sold out, man. I have like two complete sets of base set. Every single card of Pokemon base set. I have two complete set. I sold I sold everything, man. And that's why, I got a chance of like buying a lot of the Magic cards, because I put back everything on Magic. All those, the Power 9, all those crazy cards. Yeah, man. I think Pokemon, biggest, highest, expensive, everything IP. Man, you can't go wrong with Pokemon, bro. I still have our the Pikachu from Vivid Voltage. We graded it. We have a PSA 10 with my kid. We opened it in the channel. I still have it. I never hit the jackpot. Oh man, there's just that feeling of like hitting the jackpot on just about anything. Hitting a Forza wheel, hitting a Charizard. There's just something with it, man. And like, Pokemon is blowing up. Yeah, there's. I think if you like to like invest in like boxes, Pokemon's Pokemon boxes, every single time. If you guys have been following me for a long time, I said this like I think 2 years ago or a year ago. I can't remember, but I bought boxes of evolving skies, and it was like 109 or 10 something, and back back then it was like, Cool Stuff Inc. got sale on evolving skies, and I bought like 3 cases, and I was like, this is ridiculous, like there's no way this is only 109 per box. And long behold, look how much is like a booster box of evolving skies right now. It's like reaching 300. And I said this on a video, like the top, products like to like buy right now, man. One of them is like the Evolving Skies. The other one is the Commander 2020, and the other one is the Modern Horizon 2 set boosters. Yo, Pokemon, man, you can't go wrong with Pokemon, man. You just buy anything, boxes, just hold it, man. It's gold, man. It's gold. It's like, I don't want to say guarantee, but it's like the track in Pokemon, regardless of them printing like billion cards, there's there's a lot of people collecting Pokemon. There's so many, compared to Magic. So as far as like collectivity, man, if a billion a billion people is like wanting to collect Pokemon, yeah, it doesn't matter if they print a lot of them. Those boxes, those singles, those graded cards also, it's crazy. I think Wise is a good investment at the moment as well. I've heard of like Wise, but I haven't really like research or do anything with it. But I've been hearing it, especially from Rudy, Alpha Investments. He's been talking about it. Reprints make cards cheaper, making sellers work harder to make the same amount of money. Yeah, that's one negative thing I forgot to mention is the confusions um, on the seller. If there's like so many, if you're listing cards like Force of Will, like you can see this on your thing. If you type in Force of Will, there's like so many different lists, and if you put it in the wrong set, man, you know, it's no good, man. It's no good. So you gotta be really paying attention on when you list cards because there's some cards the same art, vampire shooter, same art. You really gotta be focused on when you're listing cards. Yeah, it's very confusing, man. Like the Strixhaven, there's like the edge, and there's just like a foil, and then there's like a non-foil, non-edge. It's so confusing, man. It's so confusing. So, yeah, I think all these reprints, it's all about just for players, and I remember Valerian has been asking for reprints, and here you go. You know, cards are like $10-$20. um yeah, reprints like really destroys the value. The one big negative of reprints is like it destroys the value of your collection. So yeah, that's why there's so many fakes. A lot of people doesn't want to buy Magic because of it, like it's the whole thing. And they're really going for the high end, near mint graded, power 9. So that's the only downside. And I really hope, you know, Mr. Cox and the other person is not like just gonna stay 3 to 5 years and just destroy everything. It's very tough. Hopefully, the next 3 to 5 years we see some changes, even just a little bit. Since they heard the community. I don't know if they even care, but they listen, and at least small changes is fine. You know, I can accept that. Small changes here and there. You know, just see they see something, and if they notice that it's not working, I think they should like cut it out. Like let's say the jumpstart boxes from like I don't know, horrible product, horrible, horrible. I don't even know why you would buy that product. I guess I don't know. There's no there's no reason. There's no reason for to buy that product. I don't know, but I think small small changes to correct what they did is good. Like just don't like flip it around and just like, oh, there's a new thing. Oh, it's not Commander anymore. Something like that. Just small changes to correct what they were doing. Like probably start with the supplies, start with the reprints, anything that would not destroy their company. Like I said, they should learn from Charlie Munger, man. They should really learn from Charlie Munger. you know so yeah, that's it. Yeah, they gotta stop with their jump start with every really. I don't know. There's no reason for anyone to buy that product unless you wanna. I don't know. I don't know. There's no. I can't find a reason for anyone to buy that product. I don't know. I don't even know. Like to play it. I don't know. Shit. I don't know. Actually, Jumpstart Dominaria has some value as cheap as it is now. They sold some decent cards in. It's bad even for new players. I never bought any of the Jumpstart, but if I mean, unless there's some really interesting, playable card, um, I don't know. I can't find any reason for anyone to buy any Jumpstart. Just the return of investment of your money. It's just, I guess, for fun. I don't know. If I would like to have fun in like opening products, I would just buy a booster box, right, and just draft. I have pulled two shoulders from it. Oh wow, wow! I didn't know that you can open like some random packs with on Jumpstart. I thought they were like just the Jumpstart, just like the regular Jumpstart, and just like make it even more horrible. So I don't know. I never opened it. So, but yeah, I didn't know that you can open like those expensive cards on that set. So, but nevertheless, the Jumpstart 2022, man, that's a home run, bro. That is a home run. Those other cards, that's like anime. Oh man, beautiful, man. That's one product that is like long term, really good, man. I can see Jumpstart 2022 as a because think about it, jump that set or that product, it's meant to be played, right? And not only that, there's a lot of great reprints on the set, right? So if you want to open it, you can enjoy it. If you want to play it, oh man, it's a blast to play Jumpstart 2022, man. So there's a lot of ways you can do it on the product. So I think long term, Jumpstart 2022 is yeah, it's a good product, man. Yeah. Those rats, those Ristic studies, those Karns, man, the Karn, every time you open the Urza, right? You got the Karn, and then you got the Urza lands, and then if you got the snow guy, you get all the snow covered lands. It's crazy. I mean, that set is like just fire, man. If I were to like mass box open, that will be one of them. It's just I didn't go for it. Just learn from Warren Buffett. Not every good sale is a good sale or a good thing to buy. So you just gotta pick which one looks really good. Haven't bought any, but they look really nice. Yeah, yeah. Even like the common tragic slip, the common, I don't know. I think the uncommon cold steel heart anime. Whew, so expensive, man. They're like $8. Uncommon anime. Whew, it's crazy. If you do look for the Belgium ones, oh, much easier to open. Yeah, my first experience in opening Jumpstart was they have like the plastic inside, which is weird. I was like, damn, it's so hard to open. And then there's some boxes that I open that there's like nothing, so no inner seal. Yep. So I don't know which one is like Belgium or Japan. I don't know. But yeah, Jumpstart 2022. But yeah, so that is going to be it for this podcast, man. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys made this far in the video, um, war of the spark, man. Hashtag war of the spark. If you guys need any singles, check out my Tcgplayer anger collection. And if you enjoyed this video, MTG rock on, man. Rock on, like, share, subscribe, ding the bell. Ding the bell. And yeah, so that's going to be it. Anger out. Peace. Peace. All right. Anger out. Anger out.